I need to put this out there because I've been sitting with it, and the soul doesn't fractal. The soul is whole. It separates from the body. So your body is the feminine expression. It is the formless in the form. It is the feminine. The feminine is the body. It is the movement. It is the feelings. It is the vessel in which holds the light. The light is the Christos. And the body is the Sophia. We fractal from our whole self. We turn into shards of pieces of ourself. We go from being authentic, beautiful, divine, innocent, creative being as a child, in our playful, like jovial, I love you, be my best friend, everybody's good, mommy and daddy are amazing, even though they yell at me, they're amazing, blah. Okay? Society, high school, middle school, all that shit, it fractures you. And so your soul, you get more disassociated from your body, from your truth, from your playful essence. So it's not that the soul is in fragments. I mean, it is, but it's not. Let me roll this damn window up. So the soul is Gaia. We are the soul of Gaia, and we are her expression and form. And the soul is the light body, and the physical body has obviously a light body, this etheric aspect of us. And so what happens is through compartmentalization, we get compartmentalize our emotions, our thoughts, our desires, our imagination, our playful self. All that shit gets like we get fragmented from being in our full expression. And then we are like, oh, I can only be this and I can only be that. And if I show up this way, then I'm a good girl or a good boy. And this is what society says. This is what a man is. This is what society says a woman is. This is, all this fragmentation. So the soul inherently is divine. The soul inherently is whole. The soul is what we are embodying. We're becoming more of our soul essence. So out of the ego, out of the separate self, out of the separation, and back into authenticity. So the personality that you curate, or that's curated for you, is by societal expectations that are pressed upon you, as you grow up. And also the social cultural conditioning, and then the ways in which your parents treat you. All right. And so you start showing up as less than yourself. You start trying to fit into this mold. I mean, unless you're like me, just very very audacious, rebellious even. It shows up in so many different ways. And so we call this the fractalization, or we're being fractured from our soul, and the soul awakening and the soul embodiment. It's your body. And the mind takes over and mentalizes everything, and then it seeks to understand the why, which is fine. It's part of the seeking that we, go through. Why do clocks tick? Why do the birds sing? What are the birds singing? And why does a bird sound like that? All these whys. But that's the mind trying to comprehend. And so when we merge back with the soul, you don't need to comprehend it. You just feel it. You know it. It's the body. It listens, and you learn to listen to your body. Most people aren't taught to listen to their body. They're taught to disassociate from it. Fuck your feelings. They don't matter. You're being too soft. You're being too sensitive. That's the world. We live in a narcissistic world, not just your parents. If you had narcissistic parents, maybe you had gentle, kind, nurturing parents. I was not that child. I am that way with my kids, but I was not brought up like that. Anyways, and so what the soul awakening means is we go from the personality, the ego, and which is it's tethered to the demonic, the 7 deadly sins, which is the lust, the envy, the greed, the jealousy, the sloth, the wrath, and all of that. That's the demon self, the lowest shadow state. And that's where we see trauma and the pain body and the dissonance. And so that aspect is connected to your personality experience, your personal reality experience, expression. And when you have the soul awakening, you're in that rainbow bridge. And the soul is that rainbow bridge between the God self, the one, the unified self, the authentic self, the innocent self, the creative self, and leaving the personal construct that you call your reality or your personal reality. And so the soul is the bridge between the God self and the ego self, the ego identity, the not true, full, authentic self. So whenever you fully crossed, merged, embodied, like you listen to the body, you listen to your intuition, you are aligned with what it is that you want to experience, and you live in that. And if anybody comes and tries to knock you out of your alignment, you know better. You act accordingly. You don't turn into a crash out. You don't get ghetto fabulous on them. You walk away. You turn a cheek and you walk the other direction. Okay? And there's other situations that can pop up, and you can assert yourself and you can say what needs to be said. But you're not doing it from a reactive space where like you're caught up in their energy field and you're feeling all what they're feeling. You have a beautiful boundary there, and you know what you have the awareness and the words for that because you're connected to the God self. And so once you connect into the God self, you go through this twice-born embodiment. And this activates your dormant, wow, this is a very long line. Your dormant celestial consciousness. It activates your plasma body, which increases your aura, your radiance field. So you're pushing away, you're essentially pushing out any of the distortion frequencies from other people's fields, from 5G towers, from interference frequencies, from bullshit belief systems that you're seeing other people talk about, the inversions, just distortion coming out of other people's mouths, because you no longer fall for the bullshit, because you've seen so deep within yourself. You can see the distortions in others. And it's not to minimize others. It's not to be like, oh, I'm more superior than you. No, you just see beyond the veils of bullshit, of illusion and delusion. Like, because you see so clearly within you. You're not falling for the masquerade of somebody else's ideologies that are built out of fear and separation from the God self. You see the whole world externally as it is, a manifestation of a broken fucking child in an adult body trying to be an authority figure that has no place being an authority. And until you walk through the path, you're gonna fall. Like you'll falter. You'll go into these other people's tracks. You're seeking for guidance. You're seeking for truth. And, some people's truth, even though it's clouded in distortion and separation, like Keylontic science, there's some truth in it. But then there's the expression through which their lens, the level in which they've healed themselves, integrated themselves, will express. And like with the Gene Keys too, even Richard Rudd talking about fucking globe earth and living on a spinning ball. Like, no, that's not, he's unaware of Tartary. He's unaware of dielectric plane, electromagnetism. And so you're seeing where other people, when they wrote or they brought through transmissions, they're a clear enough conduit for the divine to work through. But they weren't fully clear. And so, again, we're here being an extension of God to the best of our extent. And that's why it says, the saying is, you are your best teacher. Because yes, you can follow other teachers. You can listen to their teachings and what they say. But ultimately, you know you best. And once you integrate and you see beyond the veils of your own illusions and distortions, and you really do come into unity consciousness, you'll see beyond others where they faltered. So, and it doesn't make them less than. It's just a part of our coming togetherness.